And I'm live. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Sal in the building. Thank you for joining me, the people who are already in the chat room. I am now live for episode 215. Episode 215, September 13th, 2017. September 13th, 2017. And you are watching Penny Stocks Live. Appreciate you for watching me, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to the people slowly coming into the chat room. Shout out to the people slowly coming into the chat room here. Overall, a pretty decent day in the markets. We had, some stocks that disappointed, but we also had some stocks that we had kind of forgotten about all of a sudden take off. C Trader, Brandon Jimerson, Cool Cats, Michael B, Bo Vosh, what's good? Mr. Maniac, Random Stock Run, greetings to you too, sir. What's going on, Michael B? Turn and Burn, what's up, man? Yes, indeed. Of course, let me let the people know that we are live on Twitter as well. And we're going to go ahead and get the show up and popping. And you guys can call in, of course, at my call-in line, which is 305-600-2896. 305-600-2896. Love to hear what stocks you're trading. I'm live. Let's talk penny stocks. All right, looks like I got a call already. 646. I have a feeling this is Ken. What's up?
Yeah, what's up? I really thanked you last night because after I got off the phone with you, I put in that symbol SNMN in the chat, and you looked at it and you said this looks really damn good.
Yeah.
So I went in for 200,000 shares at 002425 this morning and made some nice money today.
Jeez, man, that's a beautiful play. I'm kind of mad I gave you that advice and I didn't take it myself. Look at that. That's an incredible chart. That's an incredible looking chart, man.
It's an all-time high on the stock. Did you see my tweet to you? I don't know, the CEO tweeted something. They getting some funding this evening. I sent a tweet to you.
Yeah. So what's going on exactly with the company? Because we didn't really spend any time on it. Obviously now it's run. You got a lot of volume on it. What's going on? What's got this right now?
I don't know too much about it. There's a marijuana division. There's an entertainment division. They were on Good Morning America back in April. Mm-hmm. So that's what I know. 680 million, I think, in the flow, which is not bad.
So let the viewers know: are you still in it, or you're done with this?
Okay, I sold half of it. I sold half my shares at 4.8, and I'm just gonna keep 100,000 shares to see how it does tomorrow. I just want to be smart, not get greedy with this stuff, because you can lose the game so quickly. If you make 100% of your money in 3 hours and you don't take some off the table, I mean, it's gambling.
Absolutely. We'll see what happens. I mean, we've had a lot of stocks that look overextended that continue to run, but nice move on this one, over 100% gain today. We had one on the NASDAQ to do that too. We'll talk about that in a second. Anything else you're looking at right now? I mean AZFL, one of your favorites, actually bounced back today. I thought this was going to happen with AZFL. It sold off really aggressively yesterday. But I figured this was an opportunity for people who think that it might have another opportunity to run, to jump in.
Yeah, did decent volume today as well. So, I think the CEO put some kind of video out to stem the slide from yesterday. So it's good. They're watching it, which is good. I think you can get to a penny, and then I get the hell out.
Wow. All right. We'll see, man.
We'll see. And the ONCI, is it the ONCI that came back today too? That was interesting.
Yeah, ONCI. It was crazy because I thought it could be possibly the beginning of the end, but nice move today, breaking a previous high, setting a new high with today's move, up 13%. I mean, stock trades at a penny. This is what you guys were looking for from 0030. I mean, it's an incredible stock. Right. You're up. What is that? That's 1,000%. Well, no, 700%. 700% from 0030. 700%. I mean, 7 times your money from September 1st. I don't think you can do really better than that. But nice move there on ONCI.
Yeah, not bad at all. And what else? There was one other one I wanted to mention to you. The FUTL is that AZFL sister. That one went down today. Yeah. Just keep an eye on that one as well. What else? Oh yeah, you saw it. I mentioned to you last night the DCTH. It came down hard today because they're going to be delisted on September 22nd.
I think it's so unfortunate. So unfortunate
I know.
that the people who own this stock, and we've been following this company, why would you do that? Why would you allow this company to delist? And now, you know, you basically lost everything. It's really sad. It's really sad. This is what happens when people in the chat rooms, people in forums, control the dialogue, and you just don't allow management to help really grow investor value. And it's just sad, man. It's just really sad for DCTH. I hope they can work that out and get back to the NASDAQ.
Okay, great. I'm going to go have a good night. I'm going to watch the show now.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks, Ken. Thanks. Appreciate it as always, Ken, for the call. And great tickers there. I mean, great tickers, but unfortunately, that's just kind of how it is sometimes, man. Shout out to everybody in the show. Felix, Christille, Robbie Hardaway, Relative 9696, OG. Who else is in here? I saw Roger Gray come in. Mr. JRH, Bose M. All right. Let's talk some tickers you guys have posted up already in the chat room. Let's see what's going on here. XXII up 12%. They're listed as an environmental biotech play. And we've talked about this company in the past. It's been a while since they've gotten back on our radar, but looks like you've had a really good week and a half in the stock. Wish we had brought it up earlier. I don't see where we talked about it recently. So nice move there on XXII. In my opinion, I don't know. Have we missed the run here? I feel like we've kind of missed the run. Legit play, though. I mean, definitely a legit company. Nice volume on that, too. Look at that. 9 million shares traded today in that. Quite a bit. 9 million shares traded a bit on that. Can't hear. Mr. JRH, that got to be you, bro. I know I am loud and clear. Let me test my sound. A bit. 9. Okay, yeah. I'm loud and clear, bro. All right. Mr. JRH on that Acer computer, man. Got to get off that gateway. Yes, indeed. Let's go back to these tickers. BIOA. Someone bringing up in the chat room. Nice move. Okay, nice. Oversold chart. All right, so you guys are playing this. We talked about this yesterday on BIOA. I marked that, you know, you don't want to get greedy on this. You really just want to really wear that falling window. You know, tried to come up on the very next day. That's 60 cents. Nice move to get 4% or 9% today was your move up there, up 4 cents. If you're in the stock, you know, again, we saw the trade yesterday. That's the move. I like that move. Even if you come down a little bit tomorrow, I have no doubt in my mind within the next 2 weeks, you're going to get your 60 cents. You're just going to have to be patient on it. But it's going to make the move. It's going to make the move. Shout out to the people who were a little bit patient on my call on CHK. CHK, nice move today. This is exactly what we needed. I think today was your day to cash out. CHK was one we fought with back and forth for a long time. In fact, I kind of given up on the play yesterday, but you know, it still was oversold. I still thought it could make the move, and it did today finally. Long overdue because it was, you know, something could have been made on Monday after the storm, Tuesday. But look, we got it done today. CHK up 5%. A beautiful move from, what was that, the 6th, when we took a look at it at 374. All right, at 374. Just released news about an hour ago, 7 articles. On what company you talking about, Bose? Bldp? Okay. All right, we'll breeze by that one again in a minute. VDRM looks like it's selling off here, my man. That chart looks real ugly. Looks like it's selling off here underneath my moving averages. Looks like they're acting like a resistance point now, that 4 and 8 exponential moving average, keeping the stock down. Hasn't seen a day above it for some time. And not looking real good. You got a lot of downside risk here in VDRM. We'll keep an eye on it, but that was an ugly day today, down 11%. LACDF. Let's take a look at it. Whoa, beautiful chart. Lithium Americas Corp. There are quite a few lithium stocks on the exchange. I think LITH is another one, right? But that's a beautiful looking chart. I would probably take a risk on it. LITH, looks like, that's a pretty ugly looking chart. Looks like it hasn't done much in quite a while. Low volume as well too. If you want to get in early, we'll see what can happen to that one. But LACDF, go back to that chart. Nice move. Really respecting the averages here and going higher. Going higher. I don't like that doji candlestick with today's move, though. I mean, you got a lot of selling pressure that started yesterday by that top wick. Doubled up on it today. You're seeing a lot of inconsistency in terms of who's in charge with buyers and sellers. Nobody won today, up barely 6% on that one. So be very careful on that one, because that looks like either an opportunity for buyers to get back in and pressure it higher, or the beginning of the end. Who knows? Bldp is playing out beautifully. I would have loved if you called me about it a week and a half ago. We would have celebrated you. We would have celebrated you. Let me give you the ka-ching for that anyway. I'll credit you for the call. I didn't hear anybody say that was going to run. Let me go back to that chart real quick. I didn't hear anybody say Bldp was going to run, but I'll give it to you. What's going on, woman Pum? All right. Let me go back to what ran today. Anybody touch Nete? I was too busy shorting all of these stocks that were hot earlier in the day, but Nete was the play of the day. Scary little pullback there by, what was that, 11:30, where the stock, literally dropped almost 10 cents, 10 cents from 50 to 40, scaring a lot of people out. But you see, it found support, eventually breaking that high of the day just before 2 o'clock, and then continue to run higher. The stock gained 114% today, up 32 cents. Up 32 cents. And I still haven't been able to find what the hell it ran for. I still don't know why. I'd love if somebody can tell me why in the chat room, or give me a call, because I don't see where and why all this volume showed up. I see an article here from September 7th. But that was last Thursday. So why are we seeing this move here today? It's an incredibly delayed reaction if that's why it's running. So let me know what's up with that. What's going on, Lawrence Kane? Said USEI ran. Of course. I keep telling people. That's why I'm not going to sell USEI anymore. I'm not going to sell it, because when it doesn't run, everybody wants to get on my ass about it. But I'm telling you right now, it's one of those plays. You catch the 004s, then you sell it when it pops. Comes back, catch 004s, sell it when it pops. It's an easy money maker. But I'm not going to brag about it anymore. I'm not going to sell it to you. If you don't believe in it, that's fine. But I'm telling you, for the people who got in 004s, 003s, 005s, you're up. All right, let's go back to another one of my calls here. Here's the daily chart on USEI. Beautiful. I'm telling you, 0050. I'm calling it right now on USEI. You're going to be patient with it. Best Buy. Shout out to Best Buy. Beautiful trade. I only wanted $57. We talked about this last Thursday. All we were looking for was $57. We're in at $54.49. $54.49 was our entry. Only wanted $57. We're at $58.60 now. Beautiful chart. Beautiful chart. I personally, for me, I think you're probably going to have some selling tomorrow on the chart. Usually when the stock kind of hits the window where, you know, you have the gap down. That's when it tends to sell off. Can it find its way higher? Yes, because if you read the earnings report, the killer numbers. The numbers were insane. Killer numbers on that. Again, shout out to everybody who got on that Best Buy. That was just, you know, it was an earnings winner. Had no reason being down there. Way oversold. And nice play on that. I got to give that one to, let me see here. Let me get that Street Fighter.
You win.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. I had to play that one. Equifax, yeah, Equifax is falling off its ass, man. You know, Equifax is falling off its ass. It's got more to go. Bear trapped people in yesterday. I didn't talk about Equifax too much yesterday because, you know, I thought, okay, we were still bear trapping. There's a lot. I'm talking about the governor of Maine, the governor, or what's that? Attorney General of Maine came out and said that she's going to file a lawsuit against Equifax. Supposedly, 7 million people from Maine were affected, along with the over 130 million people were affected in this, you know, thing going on with Equifax. So I think you got a lot more pain to uncover in Equifax. A lot more pain. All right. Look, man, you had some people who didn't believe in that Best Buy. You know, that was an earnings winner. You just can't bet against earnings winners, especially large cap earnings winners. DTII, man, that's wow. DTII, oh, what the hell? That was a beautiful earnings winner. Hold on here. Got these. Pressed the wrong. There we go. So beautiful earnings winner. Beautiful earnings winner on DTII. No, excuse me. That's not an earnings winner. That's a pump. Excuse me. I'm still on Best Buy. DTII is just a classic pump, and they haven't dumped on you yet. Or they have, and it's just going and doing its own thing. But beautiful winner here on DTII. Honestly, I didn't think it'd go that hard. DTII, I mean, it's done some things, but it's been a while since it's really put up some numbers. As you can see, it had a 2-day move back in June. I didn't think it'd go that hard, man. That's a hard push. Again, a 0030 to 0085 move. You're up over 100 and what's that? About 140%. And in 5 days on your money, that's a hard move there on DTII. If you're up that big, you really need to be taking profits, because this is kind of one of those that doesn't hold value too long. As you can see here, the stock has a long history of leaving people with worthless shares. So I wouldn't stick around too long on DTII if I'm you. You know what I mean? Just looking at that chart. SFOR, Strikeforce Technologies, 22% move. You know, this is a stock I've written before. You know, when Donald Trump was what was that Donald Trump's election? It kind of did. Yeah, I remember it did something at that time. I see here back in March it did something here. SFOR, yeah, kind of one of those things that kind of does its own thing. Was formerly a 000 stock, now at a penny. So nice move for that. What's going on, Africa Emporium? iTech is all bad scientists, and I'd love to catch up with him. After that move. You know, he told me, remember, he came on the show and he said he was embarrassed to literally tell us how much he had in iTech. The stock ends up going 16% today. So he's the man I need to see right now, and he's not in the chat room. But I'd love to find out what got him in that, what got him excited about the possibilities there, because if you remember when we pulled up the chart, we hated the fact that the stock didn't really show a potential to run. So I want to see what he saw in it that we didn't see, and that's something that we can potentially, use in our trading to get in early on a move. Oh, was it F-Tech? Was it F-Tech? Damn, I thought it was I-Tech. Oh, please. Oh, no, 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 still. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I was ready to celebrate him. Was it F-Tech instead of I-Tech? I was ready to celebrate the guy, man. Ah, crap. Remember he told us he had like 15 grand in this thing? Oh. Bats. He had a decent day yesterday. It looks like you got up to 95 yesterday. But, man, you didn't get what you needed today. No, you know what? I wanted to play the fail song, but I'm just going to flush it on him. I'm going to flush it on him. I'm not going to say it's the beginning of the end, but that's definitely not a good start. I'm just going to flush it on him. Call me up, Bats. MYOS. Yeah, I saw MYOS run again. I'm like, well, come on. Yeah, he said he's got more than 15 grand. Oh, man, I hope not. IMUC. Yeah, IMUC, you know, that kind of reminds me of Dries. 2 days right here. But this is a stock that reverse split earlier in the summer. It's just never been a reliable play. I mean, IMUC was one of those stocks we ran when I first started the show, when it used to trade for like 8 to 10 cents a share. Then the stock ended up reverse splitting in order to stay listed, and now we're back here at 31 cents. I don't like the stock. Obviously, nice move there on an oversold pattern, but it's been oversold on technicals for months, you know, for months. All right, bearish primary pattern, as you can see here, trend rather. Yeah, I just feel like there are better plays out there. What's up, Stockot? Yeah, NETE was the move of the day. It really, really was. I don't think there was a better chart to play besides NETE. You know, obviously, you know, I was all over the shorts today, but I mean, if you had to go long and you wanted to make big bucks, it was all NETE. The stock really just, you know, it had a couple scary moments. Matter of fact, you had a probably more reliable play in that Bldp, or I saw, what was that other one that ran today that looked really good? I think it was AMRS. I pulled up a chart this morning that looked really, really good. I forgot. Did I even write it down? Looked really good this morning. Let me go to a, was it AMRS? It could have been AMRS, which has been a beautiful looking chart. Yes, I believe it was AMRS. AMRS, beautiful looking chart today. Really respecting those moving averages. I mean, you weren't scared out the trade. You know, just did everything it was supposed to do today. AMRS has been on a roll. The volume hasn't really got, you know, it hasn't put it on many people's scanners. But with today's move, I believe you got over the 500,000 volume mark, if I'm correct. I believe with today's move, that's kind of why I got on my scanner. So if you chickened out on NETE, which, by the way, did scare a lot of people. I'm not, you know, looking at that chart one more time on the 5-minute. You know, you had some scary moments on that this morning. But as you can see here, you know, from 9:30 till, you know, practically 11 o'clock, you know, damn near an hour and a half, you were solid on this. You were solid on this. All right, the stock opened up at 27 cents. Should have caught your scanner because it was above 1 million shares traded by 10. So between 10 and 11, all right, so between 10 and 11, you were already up. Again, give me the difference between 27 and 32. What's that difference? I think at least it's above 10%, right? So it would have cut your scanner if you're, you know, looking for anything above 10%, which is what I'm looking for. And that was a solid move on NETE, but had money placed elsewhere. Nice move on there, but again, scared a lot of people out after 11 o'clock. But that dip buy was serious. I mean, this is a serious looking dip buy here. And then, You know, obviously traders deciding to sell at the top, which makes sense. I mean, that's the thing you're taught to do. All right, if a stock starts fighting at its morning high and it's a second attempt, you know, the smart thing to do is to sell off, but the buyers continue to show up. And as you can see here, ended up beautifully for that stock today, Nete. And I have still yet anybody in the chat room to tell me why the hell it ran. Still don't know why the hell it ran today. You said low float. Florida insurance company looks good. Yeah, yeah. We talked about that last Friday, talking about the insurers and how, you know, the insurance plays are going to always look good right now. Particularly after events like hurricanes and all kind of natural disasters, especially, you know, now that we know that the damage wasn't as great as many people projected it to be. So a plus for the insurance companies, UVE being one of the largest in Florida. UVE up 2% today. Let me go back to the daily chart. Up 2% today. But as you can see, sold off as we went into the hurricane, right? The expectation of this large hurricane coming, this big storm, everything's going to, oh my God, the insurance companies are going to have to pay up all these billions of dollars. Well, come to find out, that storm wasn't so bad. Now, what was thought to be a disaster now looks like an opportunity. Here's why. As I just mentioned, the span of the destruction wasn't so bad, but now it's an opportunity for insurance companies to raise rates in areas that they had no reason to do so. So you can double, triple people's rates possibly. This is an opportunity to make a lot of money for insurance companies in raising rates. You know, so this has become a buying opportunity now for stocks like UVE, and I think you're going to have a good run here, at least for the short term. We'll see how high they go. Yeah, we'll see how high they go. And we talked about the other day too. Watch out for these Hurricane Harvey cars, these flood cars. They're going to be flooding your local C+ dealership very soon. These cars over there, these Irma cars too. I think, speaking of cars, Hertz is doing well. Speaking of cars, Hertz is doing well. There were reports on Market Watch where people are renting cars by the month. I don't have time to buy a car. I just need to rent it for the whole month. They're literally shipping cars in from other states. That's how bad it is. You know? That's why companies like Uber, you need to be publicly traded now. I don't know what Uber is waiting for. Yes, they're loaded with debt, but I would love to see Uber trade. Can you imagine if Uber was trading right now? Goodness gracious. Who doesn't want an Uber after what just happened in Florida and in Houston? You know what I'm saying? And if you're an Uber driver down there right now, you're probably killing it. I mean, shit, if you want a job, period, right now, the place to go is probably, you know, Houston and Florida. I mean, it's going to be physical labor, though. I mean, it's going to, probably paying minimum wage around there. They're waiting on that IPO. Yeah, EGO. Shout out to EGO. Yeah. Speaking of illegal immigration, this is the best time. You're going to have more illegals in Florida now than ever. Now that we think about it, this is the prime opportunity. I mean, think about it. You're a contractor. You got all that FEMA money coming in. Man, you're not hiring no damn Americans. Just pull up to labor ready. Come on with me. Y'all get back in the truck right now. We're going down here. We're going to clear some bushes. Lay some bricks. Y'all know how it is. EGO, Eldorado Gold, nice move on that. I know most of you guys have heard my Labor Ready story. You know, when I went, I got to a point where I just needed something, and I went down to Labor Ready. You know, 6 in the morning with a bunch of Mexicans, a couple other brothers over there. Man, I after an hour, I was like, fuck it, I'm out of here, man. I pretended to go take a piss, and I got in my car and left. I was like, fuck this shit. I ain't no motherfucking slave. You hear me? Shit. I'm not built for this shit, man. I got the fuck up out of there. You know. Shout out to EGO, but again, I'm not a believer in gold. I'm not a big fan of gold right here. I just don't believe it. We got a president who has a blank check, ladies and gentlemen. You saw it after Hurricane Harvey. The Republicans, the Democrats, they said, fuck the debt ceiling, Mr. President. Here is an unlimited blank check to print as much fiat currency as you want. And there it is. So I'm not a believer in gold here. I don't think you have any reason to get into gold here right now. I think you're going to continue to have at least another 12 to 24 months of this incredible bull market. I'm just not a believer anymore. I just you know, I just know for I'm out of everyone, I want this to collapse than anybody, but I just don't think it's going to happen with so much cheap running flying around. And now we've got a tax plan, which is insane. I mean, we're raising the debt ceiling, which is increasing our federal deficit by $1 trillion. And now we're talking about lowering corporate taxes. That doesn't even make sense. That doesn't make sense. We're going to pay for this one day. There's no doubt in my mind, in my lifetime, we are going to seriously pay for how poorly we are managing our money. But for right now, you're continuing to give this market the steroids it needs to keep going. All right, and and the Democrats can run their mouth all they want. They're going to get. I mean, the Republicans are going to go ahead and just get their tax plan. They're going to get their tax plan, and we're going to get the richer are going to get richer, and the poor are going to continue to being poor. All right, let's go to QQQs. Nice day for the Qs. I keep telling you guys to buy puts on the VIX. To buy puts on the VIX. That's the play, man. Here's the VIX. Here's the VIX breaking support with today's move. We're going lower. That's the play. If you want easy cash, you're buying puts on the VIX. You can't lose. On a weekly basis, monthly, whatever it is, you can't lose. Somebody saying gold may run tomorrow. Gold short-term play. Possibly, yeah, you might have a short-term play on it. You might have a short-term play on it, but I'm, you know, I just buy puts on the VIX. You know, if we get a solid green day tomorrow, I mean, on gold. And what did GLD do today? Yeah, GLD sold off today. So, I mean, to see EGO run and then the ETF that follows gold, you know, the best sell off, you know, losing support, getting underneath the moving averages, as you can see here. You know, I'm buying puts on GLD. I'm not, you know, doing it now, but if I'm looking at this chart, you know, I'm saying why not buy, you know, a 123 out of the money put. You know, why not? You know, the catalyst doesn't speak well for gold right now. It just doesn't speak well for gold right now. VIX is the pump and dump of the big names. Yeah, of course. Oh yeah. It's easy cash, bro. Just go to Google and look up VIX millionaires. They're guys. They're articles written by people who This guy who worked at Red Lobster. He was a freaking waiter at Red Lobster. Guy's in his mid-40s. I mean, you know, so you know he was down and out. Mid-40s working at Red Lobster as a waiter. You know, you falling on some hard times. That guy ended up losing it, you know, leaving his job and becoming a VIX trader. That's all he does. He's been shorting that for the last year and a half. Now he's a fucking millionaire. Poker Pro, you said drove 90 miles to catch my show. Appreciate it, bro. Yeah, that story's out there somewhere. Tops. Yeah, just as shitty as Dries. Yeah, just as shitty as Dries, man. It's freaking horrible. All those shipping companies, I can't stand them. I think somebody had brought up a shipping company. Let me turn one of my monitors here. Brought up a shipping company yesterday. I can't remember what the ticker was. I can't remember what the ticker was for it. I can't stand those shipping companies. You can't get shorts. You can't get shorts, you know, on them. The options are illiquid. I mean, it's just I don't even know why they trade. I don't even know why they trade. And what's really sad about it though, you can look up today's move on stocks like Tops and Dries and shit like this, and you actually see people hitting the ask. I'm like, what are you people thinking? What are you seeing this shit? You know? OWCP. Yeah, nice move on OW. No. OWCP is not doing anything. Not doing anything. OWCP will come back. Just not yet. OWCP will come back. People ask me, why do you think OWCP is going to come back? Well, one reason is based in Israel. That's all I'm going to say about that. The company's based in Israel. All the directors are based in Israel, from Israel. That's all we got to say about that. USEI, yeah, I've been talking to USEI for the last 6-7 months. I've been telling USEI for 6-7 months. I'm telling you right now, man. Y'all gonna put some respect on my name. Y'all gonna put some respect on my name, man. And now that I've gotten back with Interactive Brokers, I'm going to be back on Profitly. You're going to see what it do. I'm starting that small account I was doing again over at SureTrader. Shout out to, God, what's the guy we had on our show? He's doing a little small account challenge again, too. That kind of inspired me to do that back again. Gosh, forgot his name. He was on the show not too long. I forgot his name, but he's doing a little small account challenge over there too. I had called, if you follow me on Twitter, Free Stock Pick. AEMD, I made the call yesterday, EMD, price target 234. I made that call yesterday at 451. At 451. Price target 234 AEMD. You can look on my Twitter right now and see it. I haven't deleted. It's still there. Stock comes back down to 237. There are no shares available on AEMD. I think by like 10 or 11 o'clock there were like 300 left. Grab those. But the most of the meat of the move really had been made. But still holding here, hoping to God that we don't get a dip by squeeze tomorrow. We'll see what happens, but I'm quick to jump out the gate if we do. Here's AEMD. All right, but you see, 10 o'clock you had some shares come available, but as you can see, the meat of the move had already been made, so I'm still holding. We'll see. Hopefully, I can get another big red day tomorrow. AEMD. We're still pretty up big, but now we've created a dip buy opportunity. Now that we touched that 231, what was that, 222? 4 exponential moving average. So we'll see what happens on that. Everybody's bringing up JMEI. What's up with JMEI? Okay, you're flagging like crazy, but you had more than a couple of opportunities here. Looks like you're fighting for 340s here. What's going on? It's fighting 340s, it's unable. It's kind of created its own little wall here. All right, what's going on with the 340s here? You know, a couple of days here fighting it, attempting to fight it again. So that's where you are left on JMEI. Let me tell you this right now. If you have another day and you don't get up above that, you've got a lot of downside risk here. You got to be careful with that. All right, unusual volume coming into the stock with today's move. But if you continue to fail this, or especially if you lose support, that's probably the better question. If you lose support, that 304, way too much downside risk here. I personally don't like it. If I'm looking at this stock, I meet me at 340, 345 a day after you close above it. Then I'd love it. Otherwise, I'm not going to allow you to use me as a bag holder. Shout out to Africa Emporium putting his tickers in there. Yeah, AEMD does look like a dip buy, so we'll see. I know I'm going to be running for the hills tomorrow, or enjoying more gains. But it is setting up like a dip buy opportunity. SL now? What is that? That's a real. I thought. Okay, it looks like, what are you buying, warrants? Yeah, I'm not really into that kind of shit. Seleno Therapeutics. It's a warrant, Series A warrant. I'm not into that kind of stuff. I buy common stock. That's all I'm looking for. I don't buy warrants or anything like that. Common stocks. Where do I think USEI is headed? Who knows, man? All I know is that USEI, I'm out at 0050. That's going to be my out from 0003 when I started talking about it. That's my out. So I don't care if it goes down tomorrow or it goes down next week. I know what it can do. I know the guy behind that company, and he's greedy bastard. He's going to pump it like no tomorrow, like he does every time he needs some money. And I gave you guys the opportunity to get in and sit in. Some people got in, couldn't be patient enough, and unfortunately sold, but it is what it is, man. Joe Silver, that's what's up. AZFL touched. Let me look at some other tickers we're looking at here. Let me see. Some stocks that we haven't talked about. One stock in particular was it had to do something today. Was that the ADYC or something like that? What was that one, that ADXC? Damn, what was that ticker that had to move today? It's like ADX something. Oh, CDXC. CDXC. Here's the daily chart today on CDXC. This is, I'm really impressed with this move, man. I didn't think after yesterday's move that this was going to continue to go higher, but you held the 440s today. You opened up at 459 and just, got to 480 before closing at 470. That's an impressive couple of days here in this stock. Let's look at the 5-minute chart here. Beautiful, man. We had to just hold. We just had to hold the 440s as I marked here yesterday. And it did more than that. Did more than that today. Nice move from the morning. Really passing. And safely, I might ask. Yesterday's high. No real resistance. I think you slightly put up. I see a little bit of a fight here at the top at the 450s, but You know, for the most part, now you're flagging to the right and looking like you want more. And again, this isn't a stock that's got any crazy numbers. I mean, it's just moving up in a very healthy way. You know, in a very healthy way. Now, obviously, from 320s, you're up over $1.40. Up over $1.40 since September 7th. You know, since last Thursday, you're up $1.40. That's a lot of money. So, look, you know, anybody who's read a book on technical analysis will tell you that this is a stock that's kind of due for a pullback here. So we'll see what happens in it. But we had a guy bring up that tremor video. What was that? TRMR? TRMR? What was that? Tremor video? Something like that? You know, the day after he calls, the stock sells off. Look at that. Did you guys see that today in that tremor video call? The day after he talks about it, it's the first red day. That's the first red day. And, you know, again, this is either an opportunity to get in on the run, or this is the beginning of the end. Who knows? We'll see on that. But, again, this is another stock that just had a very healthy move higher. No real unusual volume. I mean, no real million share days in here. You know what I'm saying? None at all, actually. If you pull up the Yahoo chart, I think maybe was that the August 17th, you got to go back to maybe get 1 million shares traded. After that, it never really saw numbers like that again. Yes, we did talk NETE, but I'm still looking for somebody to tell me why it ran. Joe, do you know why it ran? Because I don't know. I don't have a reason. And you know, obviously it's only 60 cents a share. I mean, it's not much to short on this. Obviously, it's a screaming short here, based on this, you know, daily chart, and I mean the weekly and the monthlies are even worse. I mean, you look at this, is horrible. I mean, you know, going to a weekly chart, I mean, this is just horrible. This is a screaming short from where it is, especially if the buyers don't show up tomorrow morning in the stock. And, you know, only time will tell on that. But they may squeeze the shit out of you because that they know the shorters are coming. If it makes sense for you at 60 cents a share. Still got to put up 250. But if it makes sense for you, and there's shares available out there. I mean, the stock traded 14 million shares today. So I have no doubt there's shares available to borrow. Yeah, the last news was on the 7th. Exactly. So it looks like a pump. Clearly. Looks like a pump. But if this was a pump for whatever chat room, you know, by all.
Supreme victory.
You know, that's what it is. I got to give it to you. I got to give it to you. Because you made your money and more. You made your money back and more. Was it oversold? All right. I mean, it was oversold, but it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. You were like 43 on the RSI here. What, 30? Well, maybe 36, 37. But we've seen way worse than that. We've seen way worse than that, and stocks don't run. I have a feeling the float is probably low as shit, though. I mean, the company has a $5 million market cap. The float is probably low as shit. What's going on, Stock Z? Let's see here. What else is hot out there today? Okay. It said, is 10K enough to open IB? Of course, yeah. You need a minimum of 10,000. If you're over 25, you need 10,000 to open an account at Interactive Brokers. If you're under 25, it's 3,000. If you're under 25, it's 3,000. Now, I tried to give out the secret here a couple months ago. Nobody really took my my advice on it. We had a couple guys to do that, but then they ended up changing the thing because now you got to submit like a copy of your ID. But up to about May of this year, you could have started an account at Interactive Brokers, and what you could have done is on the application you put that you were under 25. And when your account got approved and you put in the $3,000 and they opened up your account, you log on to the account area, then you changed your date. You changed your date of birth. Everybody at Interactive Brokers knew that was the loophole, but they weren't saying anything. Like the reps wouldn't say anything. Nobody would say anything. But now they've closed that up. So now you actually have to like submit a copy of your driver's license and shit. So, but that was the loophole up until May of this year. If you were over 25 and you didn't have 10K, but you wanted to put up, you still wanted to take advantage and you could put up 3. So I had already been with Interactive Brokers for a while. But that was the loophole that a lot of people in a little bit of chat rooms knew. Yeah, I've been using IB, man. I've been using IB. You go back to some of my first episodes, I was using IB. Using IB charts. Until I found that an interactive trading view was a lot better. Yeah, that's a beautiful candlestick on Nete. We got it right here on the screen. I mean, obviously, I would have loved if it didn't have a wick on top of that. But look, you know, you had a lot of traders in there today. So slight resistance up there at 60, 64. Is that 70? 68, 70. So we'll see. What, you know, you could squeeze people and go higher tomorrow. We've seen it here before. But common sense tells you it's going to sell off, especially being the fact that it didn't have news and it looks like a pure pump situation. You know, I'm seeing people say in the technicals saying technicals, but the technicals weren't even that bad. Not to justify 115%. Not to justify that move. You know, moving on. Let's see here. Some of our favorite classic tickers. Cino. I saw Cino trying to do something here. Cino. I got it like that 346, and it's looking for it. SINO. That's another one that's pretty low flow. It's pretty low flow. They can do some things. SINO. 343 right now. It's looking for that 346 top from May, the beginning of the summer. So it's looking for it. As you can see here, it's been a jump off point for the stock in the past. Pulling out the chart even further. So you know, looking for that move higher. SINO. Shipping stock again. This is one of those things like you make your money, get the fuck up out of there. As you can see, it doesn't hold very well. This is a one-day thing. If you get, you know, 5% out of that, you consider yourself blessed and run for the hills, man. Earnings winner, almost like a month and a half ago or so. What was that? Yeah, what was that? Yeah, May. Okay, a couple months ago now, May. Earnings winner, if you guys remember, Sdrl was a short opportunity. Has been now for some time, but nice day today. It's finding some support here. Is it, you know, could this be the beginning? Are the bag holders finally giving up and gone? Are the you know, longs finally going to have some control here? It's at support. It's kind of why I wanted to bring it to your attention. It's been an interesting support level here on Sdrl. So we'll see what happens with it if it continues to sit above that level. I'd love to see a few more days in Sdrl before I commit to it. But as you can see here, it's got a lot of range here. But, you know, can it do it again? Who knows? Earnings were the reasons why it got that hard. But earnings, its last one just submitted, was the reason why it failed its 620 support before coming down. So When's the next? I don't know when the next earnings report for this stock is, but as you can see here, it needs a little bit more, and I don't know if it can hold that for too much longer. But it's one that I think you need at least, put it to the side and watch. BW. BW still looking good here. It's kind of one of those trades we looked at here on the show. I liked it. I played it. I'm out. I've still got my exit point right there marked on the screen on BW. That's all I wanted. And can it keep going higher? Yes, it very well could. The stock was greatly oversold from that earnings, which was August 9th, and had been trending lower for some time. But we got in at the great price here, and was able to get about 60 cents on our money, and we're out. 251, you're on the air. What's up?
Hey, Sal, what's going on, man?
Hey, Anthony, what's up, man?
Hey, I got a question, man. What would it take for Nake to do a hard pullback?
What would it take to get a hard pullback on NAK, man? The buyers have to figure out that it's not going to beat, at 181, man. I don't know what it is about NAK. We've talked. This is almost 3 days in a row now, multiple days. That NAK has continued to fail and have buyers not commit to getting above resistance. So when buyers finally decide to give up, that's going to be your pullback. I think you're going to have a very strong pullback once buyers decide that it's just not going to happen. So I think you're maybe a day or two away, bro. Honestly, I think you're a day or two away. NAK, if it doesn't continue to happen, man, it's going to be falling. It's going to fall hard. It's going to fall real hard.
Yeah, because that 180, 181, that should be a breakout point for it at that point, because it done retest several days now.
Yeah, it's been doing it multiple days now, and it continues to fail. It just has too much selling pressure to overcome, man. So again, all you need is really somebody who's sitting on a ton of shares to say, "Fuck it, I'm out." And yet you have yet to see that. But when you do, the rest will follow, and you'll get the dip you want.
Yeah, because that's what I'm looking for. Because when they do that, then I'm gonna just buy some more.
Yeah.
Because I can't take this. I mean, I could take it, but I'd rather for it to either run up some or pull back hard.
Yeah.
So that way I can buy more shares of it. So I mean, I'm not looking at cash out even if it goes up, but I'm just looking at if it pull back the way I want it. Even if it pull back to my pullback is $1.20, but if it do $1.30, $1.40 cent, I'll still buy up some more shares.
Yeah, I mean, right now for the guys who wanted to go long, the best thing this company can do is drop some kind of news. For guys like you who want to pull back, the best thing this company can do is basically not say a damn thing, because that is going to give buyers or people who are in the stock more than enough reasons to say, okay, this isn't going to happen. I'm out of here. So we'll see.
Yeah, and then you know what I might do tomorrow? I might just reach out to them and talk to the spokesperson and find out, what's coming down the line, or if any news going to come out about anything for, with the EPA and the environmental studies and stuff that they got to do before they can start, mining.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, if you're a shareholder, there's nothing wrong with that, bro. That's, you own a stake in a company. That's your legal right to contact them and see what's going on.
Yeah.
There it is, man.
Oh, okay, sir. Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate it. Thank you for the call. All right. Shout out to Anthony. Hoping NAK does that pullback. I think he's going to get it. I think they're going to get it. Those candlesticks are very telling. It's a real fight going on there. There's a real fight going on there. And look, stock put up 2.1 million shares today. The average is only 600K. So there's some real battling going on there. So you're either going to squeeze and explode higher, or, you know, this thing falls on its ass. Let's keep moving. SNAK. Yeah, I saw that one gap higher on news. They're selling a part of their frozen snack business or something like that. They signed a deal with Oregon Potato Company, selling its frozen business for $50 million. The brands to be sold include Ryder Farms, Willamette Valley Fruit. The company expects the deal to be completed sometime before the end of the month. Okay. Not bad. $50 million to your bottom line is always a good thing. Nice move for that stock. Up 2 million shares traded. The stock typically trades only 40,000 shares on a daily basis. So you definitely got some traders in there today. It might be a multiple day move here, although I don't like that candlestick. I mean, that's a spinning top is not really what you'd want to see on a move like this, but obviously, people got excited about the news. Let's look at the 5 minute. I bet that's a morning pullback. Let's look at the 5 minute. Yep, there we go. So people get excited about the news as it drops in the AM, right? They do a little too much. You don't find buyers at those higher prices. You become a bag holder. As the stock pulls back, you start running for the door, and the smart money comes in. The smart money takes advantage of your pain, because you don't know what you're doing. And so far here, it looks like, unless you were in it before today, there was really nothing for you to gain on here. If you're a believer in this, it's all about tomorrow. And as you can see here, some volume coming in at the end of the day here. So you got some people who are thinking this could be something where you can sell in an AM. And that's an interesting strategy that I've talked about here, where you'll have a stock like this. And if the news is strong enough, right, if the news is strong enough, you can come in, at the close and sell into the AM, either pre-market or at the open, at the market open. And, some people do get quite a bit of a return. Quite a bit of a return on that. Quick 5, 6, 7%. Doesn't always work. Obviously, we've seen many stocks have, flash in the pan. But nice move on that, as you can see here. Some buying activity into the end of the day here. That's very telling. We'll see what happens on SNAK. That's some strong news. That's some strong news. Am I paying for TradingView? Yes. Yes, I paid $34 a month. It's completely worth it. Yeah, the chart alone pays back for its. I mean, it pays for itself time and time again. Every trade. I don't use my broker's trading screen. I just use the order platform, and I use TradingView for all the trades. Just because I just love the way it's presented on the screen. So the platform, your broker's platform, is just for the entry. How do I track volume? Using Yahoo Finance. If you go to Yahoo Finance, put in the ticker and then click historical data, you can be able to track, particular stocks and their volume. Also, you can use your screener. Either it be, obviously I'm biased to equity feed, but you can also TradingView. TradingView has a built-in screener for unusual volume alerts. Your broker probably has a built-in screener that can alarm you on unusual volume or a particular stock you're interested in meeting a certain number on volume. So it all depends. You said, how do I track volume live as it's happening? Then, well, just using my volume indicator. Yeah, using volume indicator, but I'm not looking at volume as a buy or sell criteria. That's just how liquid the stock is for the day. And it's not even a stock I'm going to look at if it's not liquid to begin with. All right, let's go back to the daily chart here. Look back on the tickers you guys are putting in the chat room. ICNB, iconic brands. So ICNB is back. Let me see. ICNB is back. Up 31%. Looks like we missed the move here in September. We've been talking about everything else and missed the move on ICNB. Could go higher here, but that candlestick is real ugly with today's move, boy. That wick is long and strong. Left a lot of people up there in the morning. Yeah. Yes, indeed. There are a lot of free, free services out there that can help you. But, I mean, eventually your trading will get to a point where you just have to commit to paying for software and paying for, these products that are going to just give you the information you need as soon as possible. You know what I mean? Without ads and, anything else any hoops you got to go through. MAKU. But I would only really commit to that once you really get serious about it, or you're making some real consistent, or maybe your trading style depends on that. You know what I mean? But if you're part-timing it, or you're not really day trading, then I wouldn't commit to a live scanner or anything like that. There are many other free services you can use, especially if you're just swinging things. Intraday noise is what it is, noise. I don't see any MKAU. Cool Cats. Yeah, I do remember it. Didn't they change their name? I think it's CLKA now, isn't it? MKAU is CLKA now. Now that I think about it, they changed their name. It's CLKA now. That Clicklia software that I told you guys was bullshit, and it is bullshit. They're very much just like OTTV. Basically the same thing. Basically the same thing. Yeah. Okay, I thought so. EAPH, I think is it OTC? Yeah, EAPH, by the way, used to trade on the NASDAQ, got delisted, and now trades over the counter. DCTH, man, that's so sad. Again, I don't want to beat a dead horse, but DCTH, so sad, man. So sad. Now they're going to be relisting on the OTCQB, which, man, that's not where they want to be, because now that, millions of dollars worth of buying power is basically vanished. Guys who were using opportunities to trade the stock on Robinhood and these other platforms out there that don't allow you to trade on OTC markets. All right. Again here, just trying to check out any news. Any news today? Let me see here. No news after hours here. I don't see anything too crazy. Bldp put out some news today, though. Saw somebody bring that up in the chat room, and they're right. Now that I see it, Bldp, they put out some news today. After hours, Bldp is at 480, closed at 472 right now on my screen. At 480 now, the company announced a $264 million order. That's crazy. If you guys don't remember, Ballard Power System is the one that sells the turbines that produce electricity using waves in the water, using ocean currents, which is beautiful idea. I mean, we've got, so much ocean out there. We should have been doing that shit, honestly. We should have been doing that shit. But, I mean, not to get into the sci-fi crap, but, if you really read about the technologies that were, like, discovered in the 50s and 60s, there are people who are hell-bent on slowing down the progress of human technology. Like, they allow things to go into production, or certain technologies to be embraced at a certain time when they feel like it. Because we've got some technologies that, you know, I'm looking at like, yeah, we developed in the 1940s. I'm like, 1940s? How the fuck did it just come out now? Let's go back to the charts here, seeing what else is hot. What else is hot? Of course, you guys know my call-in number, 305-600-2896. Put some tickers in the chat room if you want us to take a look at it. Somebody bringing a plug, PLUG. PLUG up 8%. Plug power. Renewable energy play, fuel cells. What happened to the deal? What happened to the deal with Tesla or something like that? That's what got it hot back in April. You remember that? It's been doing well since, you know, holding these higher prices. But, I mean, what happened to the deal? You know, I haven't heard much from Plug Power or Tesla. Supposedly they were going to be working together on something. Now it's kind of looking like that LQMT deal that LQMT had with Apple, like back in 2010. You guys remember that crap? LQMT had like this big deal with Apple, and it's been years. I mean, you got to go way back. Way back. 2010 here. Here's 2010. On LQMT, they announced that they had a deal with Apple, and the stock literally went from 10 cents to $1.80. From 10 cents to $1.80. Anyway, let's keep it moving. Plug deal with Amazon. Yeah, was it Amazon? I may have gotten confused. Amazon. Okay, it was Amazon. Amazon. Okay. What's going on, Q-Tech? Said Nazis developed modern technology. Yeah, them Nazis were on something else, man. But them Germans are really good at mathematics and things like that. That's why they really appreciated the Asians like they did. NSPR. Inspire Med. NSPR up 14%. Nice move on NSPR. On NSPR. Up 1 million shares today. Unusual volume for the stock. Amex play. Not a big fan of the Amex stocks just because they can be very illiquid. You know, Amex, it's not called Amex anymore. I think it's like NYSE Next or something like that. But most brokers and stuff will still list them as Amex because that's just how people know about them. They know it as called Amex. All right. Some oversold plays. I don't want us to get too far away from the easy money. I don't want us to get too far away from the easy money. As you guys know, some of these oversold plays, especially the ones we didn't have so much aggressive selling today. But if you go back to yesterday's move, you still see some plays that are crashing hard. It was an interesting play today in FALC. Definitely didn't see as many traders in the stock today as you saw on the day it came out with the news. I told you the stock was going to sell off today, but we saw actually a battle where the stock actually tried to squeeze people in the morning. If we look at the 5-minute chart here, what was today's move? There we go. There was an attempt, and there was no support there. As you can see here, the stock ended up falling on its ass. But finding some buyers here, unfortunately, the stock didn't really go anywhere. But could be an opportunity for tomorrow. We'll see. But I don't know if that volume, is going to show up that they need for a second attempt on FALC. So it can continue to fall lower, 57 cents a share. But, you're not too far from where it jumped off at, which is 45 cents. So may not be worth it for shorters on that one. So looks like a potential dip buy opportunity. Again, that's if you are feeling the whole news Didn't run on news, excuse me, just kind of ran on a pump basis. But as you know, the market really doesn't care sometimes. ADXC, ADXS. This is a situation where the stock, what was the thing? They reported a third quarter loss on a per share basis. They posted revenue of $3.1 million, and it looks like it was below previous quarters or below estimates. The stock is really sold off aggressively, now at 28 on the RSI. I'm watching this stock because, again, as you can see here, there's small wicks underneath these candlesticks where you've got some people who thought that, you know, they were catching the bottom. Unfortunately, they're getting shitted on every morning on ADXS. This is a stock that's coming from $7, $8 a share. So when it finds the bottom, I have no doubt in my mind that you might be able to recover a good 50, 60, maybe even $1 in this stock. But it's got to find the floor yet. And, can the floor be tomorrow? Yes, because, it has been 3 days in a row now. And either 3 days going higher or 3 days going lower. We know sometimes that can be typically a green day, but we'll see what happens in it. I think you should put it on your watch list for tomorrow, ADXS. It's definitely going to be on mine. We'll see what happens. Appreciate that, Ant. What's going on, Legendary 8s? Agen, let's take a look at Agen. Agen, nice move there. All right. Very familiar chart. We pulled up a couple tickers that look like that today. BIOA, we pulled that one up. OTIC. Yeah. Going back to our earlier conversation about, tickers that should be running on oversold, technicals. Here's your proof right here. So the biggest gainer in the stock, NETE, running on, being 32 on the RSI. Look at this one. This was at what? 18. This is at 18. And this is actually a liquid play. This is actually pretty liquid. And it looks like this was a company that used to be worth some money here. Look at that, man. I mean, this is a stock that was trading at $14 back in January. Shit, it was trading at $20 2.5 weeks ago. Now it's at $3. I think it's a dip buy opportunity. Figure out what's going on though. Let's see what are they cash starved or what the hell is going on here? Let's look at the news. Business financial update. Action take to reduce cost. Okay, it looks like they just reduced their workforce by 1/3. All right, so it looks like they're under some financial constraints here. Yeah, I would read a little bit more into this story. Dismal trial results back then on August 30th. That what caused the drop. Dismal trial results for their steroid candidate OTCBB for disease patients. All right, so, but you've got a lot of support here in these 330s. Yeah, I mean, why? You could possibly get $1, $2 out of this. Possibly. I think you've got more upside risk than you do downside risk, especially if this continues to hold. Obviously I would love if it was cheaper though. I mean, $3.50 isn't expensive, but still high enough to where it's going to require considerable commitment to make a solid return on it. 1,000 shares might look good for someone in a stock like this. You might get a solid return on this one. I think you got a lot more, again, more upside than you do downside risk. Someone said CRC, California Resources Corp. NYSE play, oil and gas. You know, we've been really pissed off with oil and gas. It looks like that one's actually doing pretty well. But we've been disappointed here with oil and gas. All right, so it looks like what's breaking is that Donald Trump and the Democrats have reached a deal for DACA. I think I'm about an hour late on the news, but it looks like Donald Trump has reached a deal with the Democrats on DACA. All right. And it looks like the border wall was not listed as a condition. And so it looks like all these immigrants are going to stay. So it looks like the immigrants are going to stay. Because I told you he wasn't real. I told you he wasn't fucking real. Yeah, they're going to stay. And if you guys remember me, the only reason I voted for the guy was because, you know, I'm 100% against illegal immigration. I understand too much of what it does, you know, to American workers, man. It hurts all of us. It hurts all of us. Illegal immigration hurts all of us, bro. Ah, fuck, man. They're going to create a path for eventual legalization. Yeah, man, I can't stand that shit. I can't stand that illegal immigration shit. Yeah, let me give you the link to that. Let me give you the link to it. Looks like it just went through 57 minutes ago here on CNBC. There it is. Yeah, I can't stand illegal immigration. I mean, you got a lot of people out here who really need jobs, man. People who don't have high-tech degrees, who don't know how to code, they need jobs. And a lot of these companies are hiring illegals who aren't going to demand benefits, who aren't going to, you know, report unsafe, you know, work environments and all that stuff. It undermines everything, bro. Can't stand that shit. All right, so let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. IDRA, GLBL. You see, and the Democrats are supporting that shit, man. I can't stand these motherfuckers, man. Can't stand these motherfuckers. I keep trying to tell black folks that they're getting, you know, bamboozled by these people. AVEO selling off here. This is probably for my shorters. I'd probably find out, man, biotech is so scary to short. Now that I think about it, let me move that aside. And again, I'm looking at the tickers in the chat room. People, post them up if you want to. I'm going through other people's tickers here from the chat room. ACGX, OTC stock. Did this reverse split? ACGX, yeah, this was like a 000 stock for a long time, bro. Yeah, when I saw that ACGX in the chat room, I was like, this should be like 0001, but it looks like it's, wow. Unless they reverse split and it's not showing in the chart. But this was one of those stocks that just couldn't get off 0001 to save its life. Parker Mills, you hilarious, man. ALQA. Let's take a look at ALQA. Aliqua Biomedical, ALQA. 2.2 million shares traded. Nice move. Nice move. EVOK, 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 Evoke Pharma, up 11%. Nice move on that. Nice move on that. EVOK. Q-Tech is saying political talk. I mean, you know, politics is the reason why we're having the market we're having, though. Political talk and finance goes hand in hand. That's why our politicians are owned and controlled by people in finance. EGAN, let's take a look at it. EGAN. I'm not seeing it here. Decent volume, though. Look at that volume that came in. What was the news today that brought that money in here? EGAN to participate at Institutional Investor Conference. Is that what brought in the news? The company actually posted a Q4 loss. Some companies are already posting Q4? Shit. That's early as shit. You know, some of these companies are on just weird-ass schedules. Or am I behind? Because I'm thinking Q4 is supposed to be like February, March. I don't know. Any good oil stock 3 to 5? Oil 3 to 5? Pure oil play 3 to 5? That's a good question. Let's look at oil 3 to 5. That's a good question, actually. Oil. Let's look at oil 3 to 5. Well, we looked at CHK. I'm not a fan of it, but Marathon. I brought up Marathon last week. Where is that at? You know, I should probably be following it a little bit closer than I am. Here's Marathon Oil, $11. I know you want 3 to 5. I just wanted to pull Marathon up real quick. What else? WFT. There you go. Look at that. That's a nice 2-day move here. God dang, that's the move here. Nice move from 380s. Nice move from the 380s. Look at that. Hit a 449 today before closing at 337. Looking for a breakout here, too, in WFT, 437. 437. Where's your top? All right, looking for some of those 460s. Nice move there on WFT, but we haven't loved oil here in some time, and the market doesn't love an oil. So, but obviously this stock is moving to a beat of its own drum with today's move. Again, but I'm not a big believer in oil and gas. It's just so hard to figure it out. So hard to figure it out. As you can see here, primary trend is bearish because you can put the USO, UCO up there. The commodity itself has been pretty beat up. All right. Let's look at JONE. Jones Energy. Oil and gas. That's actually a nice chart. Bad Scientist. Hey, what's up, bro? You're on the air, man.
Hey, Sal. How's it going?
Doing good. What you got for us today?
Didn't trade today, but yesterday was a really, really good day for me. Really, really good. I mean, my 3 swing trades came in nice. FUTL made 81% on that. FRTA made 42%, and then Fitbit or Fit, I made 10% on that. So really, really happy with those picks. They all came through on one day, so that was a really nice present for me. And today I didn't trade, but maybe tomorrow I'll have some time. I'm on the road this week, but really feeling good about my trading strategy this time round. Having all those different support and resistance levels for me, it's been really, really, it's been a game changer for me. So I'm really happy, happy with that.
Would you say your trading now is like less complicated than before, or have you added things to your repertoire to make it better?
I mean, that's a loaded question because you could maybe study something that's complicated, but once you understand it, it becomes very simple.
Okay.
You know, of course, you know, right these days I'm using the Ichimoku cloud for most of my stuff, even though I still put in, you know, the 50-day, 200 moving day averages. I've got a MACD crossover. I've got RSI. But I mean, in terms of just like hardcore technicals, I mean, I've used the charts alone by themselves. And, you know, finding a lot of success actually with the OTC stocks. I mean, the NASDAQs, you never know. I remember day before yesterday, I gave one of my picks was, I think it was MBVX. But then yesterday it didn't have a good day. But because I'm using a lot of support and resistance levels with this Ichimoku cloud, what that forces you to do is, you know, I don't trade on in terms of like what I think I'll make. I trade based on what price will I get out of the stock if it doesn't go my way. So it's a different mindset that I'm using these days, because a lot of the times you'll see these stocks spike, they won't have a good, you know, repeat second day.
Yeah.
And they'll maybe dip a little bit in the, so you can see with MBVX how day before yesterday had a great day, and then it had, you know, almost like a pullback, even worse than that. I mean, that was a bullish, a bearish harami that it formed there, where ordinarily you'd think, okay, the next day maybe it's going to go down. But remember, because you're coming from a low RSI position, you shouldn't necessarily assume, you know, by reading one candlestick signal that it's just going to come down. And of course, today, it almost had the same gain that it had the day before yesterday. So as long as you know, with the cloud, like I said, there's so many support and resistance levels. It just depends on where your tolerance is. If you can tolerate for it to go, you know, through a few support levels, then by all means stay in it. But if you're very squeamish about, you know, big drops relative to the position size that you've taken, then, you know, like Stockguard, he's very, very disciplined in terms of when he's at a loss of a certain amount of money, he gets out regardless. But what the cloud has forced me, and you've often talked about this in your show, is patience, because with these swing trades, I actually bought Fitbit a few weeks ago because it had broken through the cloud, and I held it because, remember, it was flatlining below 6 at the 585 level. And then after it broke the cloud, for me, that was like a sign of, okay, there's something happening with this. It may not be immediate. Give it some time. For FUTL, I mean, I saw that coming. It tested the top of the cloud, didn't get there. And of course, a day or two after that, it managed to actually break through the cloud and went on its run. FRTA, which we talked about, the storm recovery stock, you know, that one had some, coming from a low RSI position, you know, had one day where it gave us proof of life that, hey, I'm here, maybe my RSI is a bit low, but with that volume spike coming from a low RSI position, just like your BW stock, or even CHK, Chesapeake, had a decent performance today, so that's actually pretty good. And you go in there with more confidence, knowing that to the downside, you're not going to lose as much as the potential to gain, you know, on the upside. So yeah, it's just been about patience for me, looking at the different resistance level, The other stock that I'm in heavy on, FTEK, I told myself as long as it doesn't drop below 85 cents and close below 85 cents, I've got nothing to worry about.
Yeah, I was so concerned because I thought it was ITEK, and I thought, oh my God, he made a killing because you put so much money into it. So to see FTEK down just slightly, I mean, not too bad for a 88-cent stock. So it's still holding well. So I wish you the best on this one. I hope it drops some news or something, and you get the kind of gain you're looking for, because I know you're going to cash in big if you can get some kind of news or just have a run that it can have push it up even 20 cents, 10 cents, or whatever.
Oh yeah, if it's 10 or 20 cents, man, that's going to be a very huge day for me. So once again, because I'm trading it using the cloud and I'm swing trading, looking at the daily chart, the cloud tells you resistance levels, support levels. Right now, it's having a hard time to break through 90 cents. I think the next resistance is 95 cents. So if it can break 95, my guess is it will then retest $1, which you have mentioned, and correctly so, on your show, that the $1 psychological mark, that is so difficult to breach.
Huge,
that $1.
Yeah.
It's huge. The one question I had for you before I go is, in your opinion, what's harder to breach? Is it the $1 mark, or is it the 200-day moving average?
Oh, $1. I would say $1. Because, many stocks, 200 is pretty strong too, though. I think the 200, I think that's a question. When you talk about OTCs, you've got to talk about, the 200 moving average by far. I think when you talk when you talk NASDAQ and whatnot, you're definitely talking $1. Because many NASDAQ plays will never hit the 200, but can definitely hit $1, but come back and go back to where they started off at. So pulling up a ticker like apps, for example, if we go look at the apps chart, as you can see here, I mean, this is a stock that fought for ones for some time and used one as support many times in its life. So $1 is very, very, very important for a lot of these small, companies that trade on NASDAQ and whatnot, and it's a huge level. It's a very important level, and it's let's say, for example, a stock like DCTH, reaching $1. That was the dream of many of those investors of hitting one. Unfortunately, it didn't happen for them, but yeah.
If we go back to apps, for me on my chart, my Ichimoku Cloud chart, I can see the $1.10 mark was huge because as soon as it broke out of that cloud, at the top of the cloud at $1.10, it shot up, consolidated a little bit. It was still up the cloud. Then it retested, I think it was the 50-day moving average with the lower wick of the candle. But it was still above the cloud, and then after that, it started going up to 137, which is where it was at now. So you'll find a lot of these resistance and support levels for the cloud will actually coincide with the 200, with the 50, with your 15 and 30, moving averages. And so it's always nice when you get that convergence, when you get all these indicators telling you the same story. So when a price breaches, many of these levels and looks extremely bullish, you can hope the next day that it continues on its pattern. But a lot of what I'm seeing is a huge first day, pullback, consolidation, and then either a bull flag or bull pennant breakout a few days after that. But I mean, it's really been working well for me, and I'm going to continue using it. Why? Don't fix it if it ain't broke, and that's what I'm doing right now.
There it is.
So, yeah, in terms of my picks, I'll just post them right now on the show. But yeah, just wanted to call and give you my insight, and also just to thank you for, all your wealth of knowledge in terms of trading in general, and, keeping all of us focused and, with the goal on target, which is, we all want to have some kind of richness or wealth, and hopefully this will take us to retirement. So
Appreciate it.
really
Yes,
appreciate it. All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Bats. Thank you so much. Absolutely. Absolutely. It will definitely, it will take you to retirement. It will take you. I'm telling you right now, I don't know of any other pursuit in life right now that at 30 years old that I can do that can give me the opportunity that what I'm doing right here can give me. I don't know of it. What pursuit that I could do right now that can give me the opportunity in terms of return on investment that trading stocks, particularly small caps, can give me. Yes, indeed. So appreciate you, Bats, as always, for the great call. And I'm going to continue doing this because I love it, man. I love it. Eat and breathe this shit. Love it, love it, love it. 22nd Century Group. We brought it up earlier in the show. It's a nice move. I saw somebody in the chat room bring it up. Anyone on Discord? Yeah, shout out to the Discord room. I know Tyson Bat still does his Saturday show. Damn, has it been? Always surprised me how long. Because I feel like I just did 30 minutes, but then look at the time. It's been an hour and 40 minutes. And that's the 24/7 chat room there. Join us every morning in there. During the day as well, as guys trade what's hot on the market. In the Discord room. Yeah, I'm feeling so sorry for Bitcoin and what's going on with Bitcoin right now. Man, crypto, to see crypto selling off like that. And again, you can say dip buy opportunity, but the way it fell, below support today, which was 3,900, this is not good, man. This is not good. This is not good. In Bitcoin. I'm not going to say it's the beginning of the end. I'm not going to say that at all. But what's going on in Bitcoin is not good right now. We've got to be honest about that. The market's got to be honest about that. And it's not looking good. All right, it's not looking good. So we'll see. Hopefully things turn around soon for Bitcoin. But as you can see here on the daily chart, I mean, this stock has not seen these RSI levels and 3 months. 3 months. So either this is a pullback, and bigger, better things are ahead, or this is the correction everybody's been thinking that could be happening. We'll see. Time will tell. All right. What's going on, Victor? Bitcoin is responding to rising U.S. dollar. No, U.S. dollar is falling, bro. U.S. dollar is falling on its ass. We pull up USD again. We did it yesterday. Where's my Euro USD? That's probably a better one. Euro USD. Euro USD is falling on its ass. Now, we've had 2 days of some bullish activity in the dollar. I do see here in the chart. We had 2 days of it. But we've had now almost 6-7 days of selling in Bitcoin. But I can see your thesis, though. I see your thesis on that. You said gold is falling too. All right, let me just check investing.com, and then we'll head for the door. We'll be back tomorrow to end the week. As you guys know, I don't have a Friday show. All right, let's see here. Where are we at on gold? Let's see what we could possibly open. Just using the futures market, it's always been, a really good way to just kind of determine what the market could look like tomorrow. I never really put too much stock in it, but now the more and more I follow the futures market after hours, I do see it does really have a very good correlation to what, you know, the market's going to end up opening at. I'm looking at the S&P 500 and NASDAQ futures both down. S&P 500 futures down $3, NASDAQ futures down $7. So, you know, that spells another, you know, either down or weak sideways type of day. Down or sideways type of day. Kind of like what we saw today. If we pull up the Qs, you know, sideways in. You know, some people will take it. Hey, 20 cents, I'll take it. But, you know, not indicative of some of the moves we've seen this market make. All right, we've definitely seen some better days here on the exchange. Let's look at the SPY. All right, SPY up 12 cents. You know, we'd like to see something a bit more. Those are some dangerous looking candlesticks. You know, that's showing some, you know. But hey, up is up, right? Some people say up is up. Commodities, gold down $1.50, $1.53, somewhere around there. Gold, silver just continuing to sell off. Natural gas finally above 3. Shit. Natural gas above 3 and holding pretty well. We'll see what happens. KBSF. All right, so last few tickers and then we'll be out of here. KBSF. This is a KBSF listed as an investment trust site. Only 28,000 shares. Oh, ooh la la. I don't know about that one. Yeah, Otis Johnson, unfortunately, this platform just ain't going to make that happen. Trxc, it was getting too real, man. It was getting too real. Trxc, nice move, $1.36, up 7%. Didn't bring this up. I don't think I brought this up today on the show. But man, this has been a multiple day winner here. Look at that. From 70 cents from the 28th. Boy, you know, looking overextended now. Looks like we missed the party here, especially with that candlestick today. But man, TRXC looking good. Put up serious volume. Dirt cheap stock too. They could have made a lot of money in this play, but unfortunately, looks like it's coming across our screens a little bit too late here. Sometimes you just can't get them all. You just can't get them all. All right, RGLS. Nice move on this one. Therapeutics, a lot of biotech. People getting excited about biotech. Got quite a few biotechs running. Who's in my chat? Okay, Bull Trade Finder. Are you watching the show? If you're watching the show, bro, and you want to call up and give us a ticker or two, give me a call. Bull Trade Finder. I see you hit me up on Twitter with a ticker. So I don't know if you're watching the show or not. Give me a call real quick. Don't mind ending the show with you. BUR, you just tweeted that to me. Up 17%. Unusual volume again. 400,000 shares traded today. The average is only 14,000 shares. Stock's pretty beat up. We'll see. Hopefully we can get some bullish confirmation tomorrow with another green day. So we've got to hold 60 tomorrow and see some real commitment by buyers, particularly in the AM. So let's see. BUR, put that on your watch list. 60 cents a share, dirt cheap stock. What's the news? What was the news on that got people excited about this? I'm not seeing any news here. Let's see what he said. Been watching this for. He said it could be like RTNB. He's gonna thinks price target of 140. Price target of 140. Ooh, okay. The stock hasn't seen 140 in a while. If that's the potential you see in this, I'd love to know why. I'd love to know why. Hold on, let me see if I can hit him up real quick. Can you call the show right now, real quick, and talk to us about our BUR? All right, so he's gonna call me. Okay, he's gonna call me. All right. Damn, that was fast as hell. Hey, what's going on, bro?
Good. How are you?
Doing good, man. I saw your tweet about, about BUR, Nick. I mean, why are you excited about this?
Okay, so here I've been watching this one for a couple weeks now. Exactly like RT&B, and you guys all know what happened there. I wish I really bought the 45 bottom on that, but I couldn't grab it fast enough. Okay, so BUR is really the same thing. Has no volume until it drops. And then when it drops, it finds the bottom, and then the people accumulate it, except for RT&B, it ran the day after it accumulated. It only had 1 day.
Mm-hmm.
But Burr sat at the bottom for a couple of days, got a lot of accumulation. Wait. Yeah, and then if you look, I'm currently not watching the video. I just turned on my computer.
No problem.
If you look at from August to September, look at that volume on the daily and all the extra spikes, especially the part where it gets close to the 50 area and the candles get really close together compared to May to the beginning of August.
Yeah. And
you can see a big difference in spikes. So you can see accumulation starting, and then today was actually the biggest volume this stock has ever had.
Yeah.
With 443,000.
Okay.
And because the chart is so choppy, just like ONS, it could just keep running. It could run 100% easily. It has gaps to fill. It's almost like PED the first time it ran. Let me see it.
Do you know what the float is on this?
Yes, 23 million.
Oh, okay.
So it's a pretty low float. Yeah, PED was kind of the same thing. The chart is a lot more not choppy now, but literally I caught this one at the bottom too, from 0.60 to I think 140 it was. Okay. And the chart was choppy before it, and literally looks like the same exact setup in my opinion. And there's a lot of gaps above in BUR. There's a 105 gap, there's a 120 gap, there's a 140 gap, and then there's even gaps to 2 to 250.
So Nick, let me clarify. We're looking at BUR on straight technicals. So it's not like a news thing or anything we're waiting on. It's just basically where the chart is and what we think other investors are going to want in this play.
Yes.
Okay.
And I think tomorrow should definitely see over 500,000 volume, the least.
Got it. BUR.
They do, yeah, definitely. It's something to look at, in my opinion.
Now go ahead. No, it sounded like you were going to say something.
Yeah, just wanted to. Yeah, I mean, I know I've come on here before and said things about news, and obviously, I hope I got trapped in Gale. GALE, with that reverse merger because they sent the reverse split at the same time. But even due to that, I mean, not all strategic alternative stocks can be good, but there is also news coming for BUR as well. They have a new partnership coming out apparently, which was they set it back in their last earnings, as well as they have a partnership currently with Archer Daniels Midland, $40 stock that currently produces one of their products and just built a new manufacturing site for it. And they should be getting news on something like that too. And their other products should be getting licensed by another company as well. And then just another quick stock would be FALC, a nice little dragonfly doji.
Yeah, we talked about
these are my two favorite.
It looks really no, because I want your insight on it, because I brought it to my the people watching right now and love the way this is setting up. I think you probably got a great dip buy opportunity in this again. I hate the fact that it didn't run on any kind of news, but what's your catalyst? Why do you think it's going to be a good day tomorrow?
So actually, this ran because of delisting. This could be delisted any day. That's the scary part about this stock. It can honestly tomorrow be delisted while you're playing it. So that's something to take into effect. Because they said a while back they are already planning to join the OTCQB market because NASDAQ wouldn't allow them to stay on anymore.
Damn, man, that's a scary play. I don't know if I want to touch that now.
I know, but that's why I got pumped up from 0.19 all the way to 1. But if they do indeed get it over 1, I mean, it has a chance of staying on, which I don't know. It kind of got shut down right at 1.
Yeah, because all you need is 1 day to close, one night, right? I think I literally need 1 day closing over $1. I
mean, no, it's 10 days to get like the listing notice from NASDAQ. But I think if they see it, I'm guessing they're going to give you the extra days to see if you could actually keep it up. And yeah, it definitely looks beautiful. It has a 2-day pullback on a big green candle, and then today is a dragonfly doji, which always suspects that a nice green candle is going to show up tomorrow at least to 65, if not more. So
okay,
it definitely needed the pullback, and it looks good. You could see just in the past 3 days has the one big candle up and 20 million volume, then the bigger red candle has about 7 million volume, and then you see the one today, the volume just keeps getting lower. Sellers are dying out, and then they're just going to push it up again.
Yeah, we'll see. I really hope so. I mean, I love the way it is setting up. I talked about it earlier, but I've seen this happen before, and it very well could run again. It looks very much like a play we had DCTH a couple weeks ago do very similar, where buyers who just didn't really see what was developing, they get pushed, they become bag holders, they eventually sell out, and then the smart money comes back in. And we'll see what happens on FALC tomorrow.
Yeah, and it's sad about the DCTH because, they didn't approve the reverse split again. I don't know what the shareholders were thinking. Again, this is what happens when StockTwits takes over a company. I mean, this is just ridiculous. I can't believe it. It's so true.
Yeah. So
yeah, that's all for me. And then another one just to look at is GBR. Now, it's just to watch it. Oil's been going up a little bit. This has run from 1 to 4 before. It's run from 1 to 6. So it likes this one area, so it's something to watch. It's been steady. It's stuck in a channel. And if it breaks that channel, then it'll be good. And the real breaking point, first we've got to see it over the 50-day average, which is 137. And I'm talking about the small moving average. And then the 200-day, which is usually where the channel looks like it should be out of it around like 157 to 162.
Yeah, I see here 162. Now this one is very illiquid, so we're getting in this pretty early, but you think it could possibly do it?
Yeah, I mean, look at an old runner, SAEX.
Yeah, it does. I can see it's got some spikes in here. I mean, it's definitely got some spikes from the past year when we look at GBR. So I see where you're going with that.
Yeah, SAEX is another one that ran, and it's an oil stock too. And this is an old runner that used to run with GBR, so that's why I'm also focusing on GBR now.
Yeah. All right. Well, there it is, ladies and gentlemen.
That's all I got.
Nick from BullTradeFinder.com. This man turned, I think, 8,000 into what, 65,000? I know I get the big number wrong. I think you're over six figures.
253.
253,000?
No. Sorry. 2K to 53K.
There you go. $2,000 to $53,000. BullTradeFinder.com. We got an awesome chat room too. And I think next time on the show, I'll share that link with you guys. But again, Nick, thank you so much for the call, bro.
Yeah, thanks for letting me on.
All right.
Have a good one, man.
Appreciate it. Shout out to Nick with the call. Good tickers from Nick today, as well as all my callers. Thank you so much, Nick, for the call. And Bat Scientist, everybody who called up today. Great show. Great show as always. Got another show tomorrow to finish the week. So we'll see how things go. Look, there was a lot of money made this week. For traders who watched this show. Last week was really good. I mean, it's just a solid week for everybody who watches this show. I mean, we saw a lot of stocks pull back. We saw a lot of opportunities to play on these pullbacks, and now we're enjoying the profit. SAEX, BW, Best Buy, BBY, CHK. I mean, just so many plays, and I really hope you took, the risk necessary, because again, to make money in this business, you got to put some money at risk, and you jumped on and made some. I really hope you did. Either way, I'll be back tomorrow with more tickers for us to look. Looking into tomorrow, we have a couple stocks that could double up. Got a few short stocks that could definitely be shorting possibilities with today's move, Nete being one of them. And then some great stocks to look at as possible, runners, as we just had Nick from Bull Trade Finder explain to us. All right, shout out to Bat Scientist, Africa Emporium, Stock God, all the regulars, Q-Tech, Joe Silva, appreciate you, bro. We talked about BIOA. I'll put it up on the chart for you again. Let me get rid of that 200. It looks like this is very depressed. Yeah, it's a beautiful oversold play right here on BIOA. Doing really good here. You had a lot of support there. This was your opportunity. I think yesterday was your opportunity. Actually, today was your opportunity to get in. Doji on it, but I wouldn't be scared off about it. I'd still go in. I still would have went in today because you got way more upside than you do downside. So even if it comes back slightly, time is on your side when we look at BIOA, and it reaching what we think 60 cents, that exit price for you. Not to get too greedy on this. All right, not to get too greedy on it. I like BIOA. I think this is a stock we're going to talk about here. Not only reaching our 60-cent mark, but possibly getting above it. Way more upside. All right, looking forward to be talking about that one. I got too much money locked up in a couple shorts, so sometimes there's just way too many tickers to play. But again, we're just looking for small cap stocks that have high probabilities to end up in our favor. All right, that's all I'm looking for. Not trying to redesign the wheel here. All right, so appreciate you watching the show here, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to Sinclair. What's up, Sinclair? Yes, indeed. Bat saying it can get to $1. BIO can get to $1. Why not? Absolutely. Yes, indeed, man. Cool Cats. Desert Edge. Chevy Lamar saying you're trying to get more information on how to trade stocks. Just watch the show, man. Watch the show. Be hungry about learning how to do it. You'll find the information if you're hungry, bro. Sinclair, as always, appreciate it and on board. Parker Mills. Derek Graham said 98% of pennies are trash companies. We know that, bro. 98% are trash companies. We absolutely, I believe with you. I'm there with you. But that's why we only stick around for very short periods of time. You know what I'm saying? Brandon Jemerson, Legendary Eights. Again, join us, yes, on the Discord room. If you don't know the link, let me give you the link right here. There it is right here. Stock Z. Who else was in here? Joe Silva, relative 9696. Hosea Put. Phil Abel. Actually, NADL was going to be delisted. NADL is going to get delisted. Looks like it already happened. Shit. Man, this is what happens, bro. They got delisted at $1.12? That's pretty high. Why they get delisted at $1.12 though? I don't even see the damn, man. That fucking sucks. It is what it is, man. Crazy world. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out of here. I'll see you guys same time, same place tomorrow. Take care. Happy trading.